back to the Alexandrian Codex. I'm Alex. This is the Star Trek New Horizons mod for Stellaris. This is a new campaign. We are playing as a Borg, taking a quick look at them. I say quick, it's several hours look at them, but, you know, relatively quick, all things considered. I keep spending minerals on things and talking about, no, we're trying to save up. I think all it's demonstrating is I have horrible willpower. We have improved our probe designs. No, you stay on that. That's better, that's better, that's better. But this, specifically, I wanted to take a look at. Okay, about the same tracking. Is it better to have evasion or tracking? Probably tracking, to be honest. We only have 2 weapons, so getting them to hit more often is fairly important. Our shield penetration is already remarkable, so weapon damage increase is the way to go. Nothing really to change over there, but new sustained cutting beam is very exciting, so go upgrade again. We're saving up, he says, upgrading the ships again. Cargo pod. A small cargo pod has been left adrift in the space above the gas giant Slocum 6. It has been captured by the planet's gravity well and will eventually be pulled into its atmosphere. Research it. Are you... So we haven't been forced out of the Krenim system yet. It's interesting. Fleet power is now equivalent because their ships are cheaper. Naval capacity is superior because they're an AI and they're getting bonuses right now. Their tech level is equivalent. Not for long. Not for long at all. There we go. We've assimilated all the pops that were on this planet. Now they have a very, very, very slow growth speed. Unfortunately, I can't put a maturation chamber here. So we have 2 options. This is a huge planet. In a long game, it would be worth it to keep them here, just for the food bonuses and everything else we're going to get from here eventually. In a short-term game, or if we're building tall, you can grab these, resettle them on one of these unicomplexes. Alternately, because this unicomplex is not growing any population right now, it might be a good idea to take one of these pops, resettle it here, so that this can be growing in population at the same time. Now for the sake of this, I'm not going to fuck with it, I'm just going to leave it as is. But I'm pointing out that is a strategy you can start engaging with and trying to figure out how you want to balance, which is interesting. Abandoned cargo pod. A discarded cargo pod was left by someone in the upper atmosphere of Slocum 6 long ago. Somehow escaped the notice of other spacefares, and its decaying orbit means it would have been lost in the gas giant's crushing atmosphere within another few cycles. When the drones of Vessel 0996 unsealed the pod, they found a stash of alien jewelry made of precious metals. These metals could be refined to service us. Take a look. It only has 500... What is that? 519 more months to grow? No problem. And this one isn't growing yet. As the Borg, you have to attack to expand and to grow. Unfortunately, to attack, I need to build and reinforce this fleet. When attacking the Krenim or anyone else, it's probably worth it to take a couple planets, steal their population, not just to steal planets and keep them like we have. Because if you do that, you will still be relying on your population growth to help you out in some capacity. Pulse wave torpedoes are interesting, but let's hope we have Chemosite. That 10% bonus will be nice, regardless if it gets used immediately. Optimization protocol seems like it's probably useful, but I'm gonna go for autonomous regeneration sequencer. We can't use it on any of our ships yet, but this daily hull and armor regeneration will be amazing once we can. Detecting energy or damage early and repairing it without needing to confirm with the collective enables our vessels to undertake rapid repairs, even in the heat of battle. Alright, you've been upgraded. I don't think I'm going to drop any more upgrades on you. Go out to Biddle. move here. How much longer to research this? Oh, you're only 7% done. Plenty of time to build the rest of our fleet. Plenty of time. Survey completed. Through our survey of habitable worlds, we have collected a vast amount of data on alien life forms. Many of these specimens have defied our established theories of evolutionary development, and their distinctiveness has been added to our own. That's a very rare Unity gain. Still 79 months until we get our next tradition. But again, we're off to a hell of a head start there. A head of a head start. Transwarp Conduit 3, just no contest. Better transwarp drive is really nice. Further improvements to our transwarp coil technology have allowed for the prototyping of a coil matrix, which combines the plasma requirements with a vast interlocking matrix, resulting in improved access to transwarp space. Faster ships, happier Alex. Comet sighted. A comet of significant mass has been detected passing through the Unicomplex 01 system, clearly visible from the Unicomplex 01 hub. Its resources could prove of use to the collective. Something that gives unity? Nope. Give minerals. Happiness? Minerals. Science outpost? Minerals. Unity? Maybe unity, but probably minerals. Even at a doubled population growth speed, this is still, what, 280 months between pops here? Requires... The Borg require patience in some regard, but also give you a hell of a jump start in other regards. They're a really interesting mixed bag, the way they've been designed. Abandoned station. A small ship station, space station of some kind has been built in stable orbit around asteroid 39-094. It appears to be deserted. Alright, we have chemocytes. I'm definitely going for Trillium D, as that increases armor hit points, and armor is our jam. Hydroponics bays, I don't care for, honestly, but this is an agriculture tech, and I would really like to improve our existing agricultural buildings so that I can reduce how many we have even more, in the interest of getting science buildings later on, things of that variety. Though, right now, it's just to secure Unicomplex 01 Alpha, because we're going to run out of food here before too many pops fill this place up. You are now 40% done, so we may only get 1 or 2 more ships to join this fleet before all is said and done. How much is it per ship? A probe costs 790 minerals. That's it? No, 948. Excuse me. 740 base? Wait, what? Explain this to me. 948. So 790 plus 20% because of our construction methods. So yeah, these get pretty fucking expensive pretty goddamn fast. Automated mining base. Sensor nodes have detected an automated mining base built in close orbit around asteroid 39094. There are large chunks of the hull missing, the jagged holes indicative of heavy weapons damage. Station is beyond repair, but salvaging it will provide the collective with valuable materials. In this case, very valuable materials, in fact, because I can make very good use of those. Let's survey this. And then survey this. I'm kind of on a hunt for more primitive civilizations for us to go assimilate. To seek out new life and new civilizations. And forcibly integrate them into our collective. Alright. I'm already feeling like, oh man, I really want to upgrade these ships. No, I build up to the force limit, then I upgrade the ships. There we go, even better transwarp conduits. Absolutely going after administrative virtual intelligence for that increased research speed to physics. The multi-regenerative force fields are quite nice, don't get me wrong, but we're not upgrading our ships right now anyhow. Hydroponics Bay did not actually lead me to what I wanted, but improved the assimilation process. By creating new methods to rapidly distribute nanites into the atmosphere, we can greatly speed up the process of assimilating entire planetary populations into the collector. The dispersal of airborne nanites into the atmosphere of a planet or ship would be an optimal method of assimilating large areas without the need for full nanite injection. Research is required into the self-replication abilities and survivability of the nanites in hostile environments. Transwarp communication array. It's cool. Cool building. Gives nanite output, influence output, which is pretty cool. Space superiority, good. It leads to good stuff. But this is special to us and quite noteworthy. I'm gonna go after omnidirectional high gain impulse arrays because our sublight drives still suck, but they're getting better. Thruster arrays have given a moderate power increase at the cost of efficiency, but further improvements are required. As Avidine reactors are not yet ready, those improvements will have to be made to the current system. A portion of the current system inefficiency has been traced to the exhaust outlets. Their design doesn't effectively limit plasma from dispersing along transverse trajectories. So we'll get these, which will be ever so slightly better than what we are currently using. We have one more ship rendezvousing with it. Nope. We're only built up to 4, huh? No, they're number 5. So as soon as I hit reinforced fleet, this will be 6 of 6. As far as our fleet goes. And, yep, that'll do. Well, hopefully that'll do. I'm betting that'll do. If we cannot find more primitives to assimilate, and we may not, we can attack the crown. They're still equivalent, their naval capacity is better, but fleet power and technology are inferior. And we're not even focusing that hard on building either of those things right now. God help them if I was actually expanding into all these systems. The Borg cannot peacefully colonize, which is written as if it is a weakness. Yeah, most of the time I would say it's absolutely worth resettling pops from planets for science, but this is a size 24 planet, so I think I'll keep it. Sending some of these here, so we'll start getting population growth here, arguably might be worth it, but in the long run it wouldn't save that much time. Even if it would, I'm not super into it. If this planet were smaller than size 20, I would have already ripped the pops from here and sent them to one of these unit complexes. The initial data gathered from the tropical forest of Hensai 1, Hensel 1 indicates something of interest may be found on further investigation. Oh boy, do you have natives? If you have natives, I don't think that you can. I do not believe that the Borg can assimilate non-uplifted species. Because I can't colonize a planet, and you can't attack non-uplifted species. I'm curious, though. That would be really interesting if that were added. Acidic flora! Ha! It appears that some of Hensel 1's flora has developed effective defensive mechanisms through natural selection. Numerous trees and fungi exude spores that act like a powerful acidic on non-plant organisms. Leadership Node 7 of 9 successfully determined a countermeasure to the more damaging strands of these spores, making the planet's forts less corrosive to organic tissues, however, not before several drones were irreparably damaged. So, you know, it costs minerals to replace our drones. That's a good touch. But it also gets the acid forest, or acid jungles bonus. The tree. Among the asteroids... Oh, they spawned way the fuck over there. Okay, that gives us plenty of time to respond. And by that I mean I have reinforcements warping in here, so I actually need to move on that now. Among the asteroids around 8472, a tree is drifting through the emptiness of space. an unprecedented and highly unlikely event. The tree is surrounded in a protected bubble, reminiscent of an energy shield. Suddenly, we detect some hostile space dwellers on approach. This coincided with sap leaking through the tree's shield while we collected samples. Could it have agitated the creatures? So we will... Yep, there's our reinforcements. We should easily win this engagement. Slow this down because we haven't seen the Borg probes fight yet, and this... I could click on one. Might look kind of pretty. Or real slow. Alright, this is too slow. Fire? Oh, these are fighters. Okay, and these are the actual ships. I'm like, why are you not shooting at the fighters? Because you don't have point defense weapons. Jesus Christ. Okay, the Borg are very well suited to taking on larger targets, because the probes have one big gun each. Sorry, yeah. Can speed this up a little bit. Sad. Dead amoebas. Space amoeba mothers dead. I probably didn't need to worry as much as I did about losing anything. Oh, whatever. Alright, speed that back up. Construction vessels can get back to what they're supposed to be doing. And we are going to go research that just as soon as I have a survey ship board. Unoccupied, I should say, not that the ships get bored. Jesus Christ, turning up planets to 5 times is just obscene how many habitable planets there are going to be. Alright, there's you. Go research that. 8 of 10. This gives either a nationwide bonus to happiness, which to us does nothing, or a bonus to leadership life span, which I guess is something. I'm going to go ahead and start putting starbases around the Crenum to contain them so that they don't grow very much and they're easier to cut down. Interlinks computational array. Nah, Borg cutting beam. Let's just double down on a good thing. By attracting one side of an enemy starship while repelling the other, we can create severely damaging shear effects in the hull. Another mode of destructive use of such beams is rapidly alternating between pressing and pulling force in order to cause structural damage to the ship, as well as inflicting debilitating forces on the crew. Tractor beam? Nah. Cutting beam. Yep, the Crenum are surveying this, so cutting them off is quite nice. Better assimilation process, I'm very happy about. Let's go planetary administration, just boost our output, and large-scale space construction to boost our output. Very, very alright with that. I should probably get this station upgraded, as it's generally been my policy that if I have a colony, I want to have a starbase in orbit. The Borg do have a piracy risk. We can and will have pirates. It's weird, but we'll have them because I think it's hard-coded or it's a balance thing. I don't really know. I think it's a balance thing more than anything else, but it flows interestingly enough. The way it's stylized is that they're rogue Borg who have broken away from the hive mind somehow. Which is a little weird fluff-wise, but it works. Well enough, anyway. Alright, this is fast speed. We're researching things. I know that behind the Crenum there are many, many little species up here. As is evidenced by quick dragging like that. We're just gonna eat this. And then We could go over and bother the Dominion, or we could just start going down here. Really, we'll just see whoever is weakest next to us and eat and eat and eat, and we will probably spiral out of control very quickly. I don't know if we'll do it in the confines of tonight's stream, but if we kept this going, that is definitely the way this campaign will go. Snowballing. Until it has been surveyed. Cool, cool. Do I have anything? Yeah, I do. Going through Yarborough. Why don't you go back up here to Sorrel? Covered in debris, the surface of the asteroid ZA19947 is littered with metallic debris. Most of it appears to originate from starships of many different designs. Winooz. The names over here are just amazing. Some a little less ridiculous than others, but I really like the random name generator sometime. I'm very excited to see. So if you're not in the know, if you like Star Trek New Horizons, or you're curious about it, or you're impressed by the amount of work they've done, or whatever, it's worth mentioning that some of the mod team working on New Horizons are also working on a new mod for the Star Wars era of Knights of the Old Republic, I think? No, it might be set after, whatever, it's a Star Wars game. It's a Star Wars game being addressed with the same complexity of mechanics and depth, and different civilizations having very compellingly different traits and playability as they've done with Star Trek New Horizons. It is not out yet, but I'm super excited about it. I forget the name of the project right now, otherwise I would pimp it, but just follow the Star Trek New Horizons devs on Twitter. They'll post back and forth sometimes. So we can give it to our leaders. Leader lifespan plus 15%, give it to the people, happiness, or let the tree drift along. Nah. Give it to our leaders. Borg live a fairly long time anyway, but I'm okay with boosting that even more. So this science vessel is done. Go survey Almond. Almond. Junkyard. The asteroid was used as a junkyard by imperfect beings in the distant past. All manner of discarded machinery and metallic refuse have been deposited inside the asteroid's weak gravity well, being slowly pulled into the jumble of debris that now covers the surface. There's nothing of particular value to be found here, but a lot of the metal could be salvaged by a mining station to add to the collective. How strong do I need to be to take out an outpost like this? Okay, we could already be poaching outposts, and I think, short of taking Krenim itself, we could successfully attack the Imperium and hurt them fairly significantly, enough to assimilate some of their planets anyway. Not all of them, but some of them. Probes are up to date. They are not up to date. This is why we come back and religiously double check this every so often. Yeah, that's good. Command station, what do you do? No, Alcove Bay, way better. Trans Warp Conduit 3, I'm excited for this. We're already getting warp speed plus 90%. Weapon damage plus 5, hull points plus 5%. Huge bonuses. Cooldown plus 20%, not a big deal. That's fine. That's amazing. 24. Okay, so with Type 4 omnidirectional impulse arrays, we're finally back up to the chance to evade, afforded to us by microfusion thrusters, and we get a sublight speed bonus. So now we can start trusting the AI's auto build, which is good because I'm kind of tired of fighting that. I'm sure I'll end up fighting it again in the future because the AI is pretty insistent on making bad ships sometimes, but it's not doing so right now, so we good. We good. I don't think that I'll be using these. Science ship, I want you upgraded. Definitely with escape pods. We have nuclear engineering labs you can be utilizing. Is command station? Command station is the cheapest thing we can plop in here. Survey ships are meant to be cheap, not good. These are, again, cheapest thing we can be producing. Adaptive force field, absolutely. That's fine, that's fine, that's great. I clicked auto-complete, but that looks the same thing as what I had. I'm fairly sure we cannot add cones to this fleet. We can. Cones are worth 3 each, whereas probes are worth 6 each, with regard to our naval capacity. The Borg, you may be noticing, start out with no dilithium. And dilithium is not something we can find on our unicomplexes. If we are to get dilithium, it either needs to be as deposits orbiting stars or planets, or on planets themselves. As we cannot colonize planets, that is further incentive to allow other civilizations to colonize certain planets and then take them from them. That's a very intentional and odd way of playing. It's almost like being a farmer in certain respects. With that in mind, I want to... Alright, Intaba is a demon class planet. The Krenim are never going to colonize that. I'm gonna go for multi-regenerative force fields. Our vessel's power generation capabilities are exceeding their power demands. This presents the opportunity to begin reinforcing our vessels with energy-based armor systems. Multiple independent force field grids can act to reinforce hull and absorb weapons fire, which breaches the hull. When one grid is taken offline, another will activate while the damaged grid regenerates. And engineering, fuck yeah, better ship type. This is worthwhile, this might be worthwhile, but pyramids. Congruent sturdy shapes form the pinnacle of the Borg, the triangle being the strongest shape when pressed upon its apex. Strong angular forms allow for armored sides, and sharp corners allow for extended weaponry. These are our cruisers? I think? I do not recall. And there's not always a one-to-one, this is that with these, but sometimes there are. Survey this, survey that. Like you can... I get Intaba for... Yeah, go build a starbase here. Let's box them in as much as possible. Not being a bully at all. Can I jump to that? I can. I want to suffocate the Krenim Imperium to make them easier to take out. Our offensive assets still have still less than 2k, and like I mentioned, I am not comfortable attacking them until our fleet strength is at least 3k, so I know that we can take out a level 1 starbase. Research improved. Alcove Bay would make our armor and hull regen even better. It's quite compelling for me. I'm gonna go for that. At present, our alcoves are distributed evenly throughout vessels and unicomplexes. Simulations suggest that concentrating alcoves into clusters will provide 2 benefits: better access to an alcove for most drones, and higher capacity integration with the power grid, providing faster regeneration rates. Further modeling is required to find the optimal placement for each alcove cluster. Omega is done. We do not have this cleared, nor will we anytime soon. We run into Omega aliens up here that are actually attacking. Ooh, dang, that's a lot of pirates. Right, well, I won't be going there anytime soon. Let's get Slocum under our belts. Ah, Gerado is done. We can make fission reactors here. We build fission reactors because we don't fucking trade when nobody know how. Hydroponics bays are also fairly tempting for the output there. We, as the Borg, for whatever reason, can build 2 facilities instead of... Well, no, we've upgraded this. That's why we can build 2 facilities. I don't really know that we need the increased energy output right now. Our energy output is already absurd. So I kind of just want to keep this naked for the time being. An unimproved anchorage has a fleet strength of 2.5k. So yeah, it's about 3k fleet strength that we're aiming for if we're going to have a shot here. Keeping that in mind, I'm going to put down naval depots. Normally I would loathe putting down naval depots, but I want to improve our naval capacity now so that I can get our ships into the action. No. This is a colonized system. It's a colonized system. This needs fusion reactors. This is not a colonized system. In 2 years, we'll be able to pump out as many fucking... we'll be able to plop out 3 naval depots here, and in a month we'll be able to start construction here as well. I would rather build a naval depot where we can't do anything else. Ooh, 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 tradition available. It's been that long already, huh? Productivity, I recall having colony harvest mega project. I do not know what that is. Okay, adopting the first stage allows us to unlock the mega project colony harvest, allowing the collective to quickly scavenge planets for any mineral, technology, or organic material. Okay, that's cool. Does it destroy the planet or colony? I don't know. It's tempting. Really, I'm going down this for neural signal boosters, which will give power hubs Unity output. We don't even have power hubs researched yet, but I'm chasing that Unity dragon like nothing else. So you, I cannot have a project on, as you are not colonized. Enith, I cannot because it hasn't been a month and that hasn't kicked in yet, right? No, not on here. How do? It's not in edicts. Do I... How do I use this? Mega Project Colony Harvest. So presumably with a... That's not what I wanted. Just stop. Go to Starbase. I'm sorry. It's not with you that I colony harvest, right? Is it with an offensive fleet that I will colony harvest? It could only be on aggressive systems. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Unrestricted wars, full-scale bombardment, not a thing in here. Unrestricted, I have no idea. I guess we'll find out, but I have no idea what that is linked to. Well, I can find out really quickly. Colony, harvest, Borg, Stellaris, go. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Transfer the drones off, and when you have 2 or less drones on a planet, you can harvest it. Harvesting your own colonies is a very good strategy and something you should do, focusing your resources on developing your Unimatrix and subcomplexes. Interesting. So you can do it on somebody's colonies or your own. Aha. With what though? I closed that tab too early. What the fuck do I use? What ship type do I use for this? Game, you are not explaining this. Is it a ship type? No. It seems Colony Harvest is considered a megastructure for game mechanics purposes, and the game will only allow you to build one megastructure at a time. It won't give you a reason it's working, yada yada da da da. Okay, so it counts as a megastructure, presumably. Then it is a function of our construction ships. Geneth, having a population of 2, should then be a perfectly valid place to do this. I thought I resolved my confusion, but I just made myself more confused. Unknown origin. The material composition of this asteroid differs significantly from its neighbors. It likely has a different origin than the other bodies of the asteroid belt. Should be investigated more closely. Right, so you can't investigate this, I can't change anything, I can't... It's no edict. Alright, we'll figure out what it is. I believe that I can figure this out. It's gonna start by... maybe making a construction ship or just waiting for one of these to be free. Yeah, just waiting for Taba to be done. Colony Harvest. Buildings on target planet will be converted into minerals and engineering research. Populations will be destroyed in the process, others will be assimilated. Interesting. I'm not going to do it because I actually want to keep that colony, but interesting. Better. Station power generators, tempting. Better EPS manifolds, tempting. Yeah, let's go for EPS manifolds. We're using one, so making better ones would probably be a wise decision. Let's get some better mining stations, and we'll double back there. Asteroid fossils. Fossils from what appears to be several species of aquatic life forms have been found on the barren and airless surface of J0034T1. They are indicators that the surrounding asteroid belt was created from the remains of a shattered planet. Those findings seem to confirm that theory. Calculations via the fossils indicate this planet was once supported life and was at least partially covered by water. Ship design, we have slightly better computers now. All these are identical. Okay, I don't have anything major. I will soon though, right? Ah, here we go. Rogue units. Start out quite weak, but they are quite annoying. Pirates. An imperfect code loop has been discovered by our audit nodes too late. Several million drones from Unicomplex 01 have disconnected themselves from the primary collective interface and have left the Borg collective or an unknown system. Operating on the fringes of our space, these deviants are responsible for several attacks against our resource extraction operations. Their activities must not be allowed to continue. We must bring them back into the collective or terminate them. Now, they are just as fast and capable as we are, so pinning them down is going to be actually pretty easy because they're just one jump away. We're arriving right here. We'll intercept them in right now. God, it's nice to have really fast ships. Easy. There's our pyramids. I'm excited to look into those. For now, let's go for cortical implants. Cortical implants are devices to interface humanity. Oh, sorry, humanity. I ain't right. Humanoids with various technologies. The collective would benefit greatly, as drones would be able to interface with technology, allowing regeneration, and interfacing with hostile technology. Unknown origins. Material composition, this asteroid diverse, yada yada yada. We've read that exact description before. It's going to be very repetitive. We're going to get something out of it. Asteroid outpost. Pew, pew, pew. Destroyed. And back to repairing. We're pretty much done. Once Omega Station and Hanari Station are done, we will be able to build things boosting our naval capacity. That'll allow us, potentially, to get some pyramids up and running, which should push us over to being able to move on to these boys. Antimatter pylon, what is this for? Ah, gunboats. Okay, interesting. Gravitic sensors or gunboats. I'm gonna go for gravitic sensors. Better sensor arrays are typically nice. Of all these, I don't know what optimization protocols do, as they have no description, so I'm going for that one because, curiosity. No, sorry, survey Yarborough. You are looking perfectly fine. How do our pyramids look? Another corporate. Although the collective's data archives have examined it repeatedly, all calculations point to the asteroid V4132340 being corporate, a piece of fossilized feces from some sort of massive life form. It appears to be almost 1 billion years old, and much of the fossil's original organic composition have been replaced by mineral deposits. The mineral deposits will be useful to the collective. Holy shit, that is a lot of turrets. Space superiority pyramid? You're not kidding. We can either have this, or we can have more torpedoes. No, that's fine by me. Living armors, what I want in this slot. This, I would rather have EPS manifolds. This, I would rather have interlinked nodes, though interlinked nodes are no better than computer cores. Right now, this, Alco Bay, perfect. Picket enhanced. Yep, that's fine. Delightful, delightful, fantastic, beautiful. Finally, we get access to cutting beams. We can either use cutting beams On hostile ships, they will reduce their sublight speed by 20, fire rate by 5. The tractor beam effect. Every day, the Borg cutting beam causes an average between 15 and 30 points of damage to all enemy ships in short range. Not one, but all enemy ships at short range. It's quite good. Alternatively, we could go for a nanite projector, which would slowly repair the hulls of all friendly ships in range. It's pretty good, considering that this might stack. This stack. No. AoEs like this do not stack, so it might be worth it to make different forms of pyramids here if we are actually making good use of these. Multi-adaptive plexus gives lowered armor penetration on our enemies, which is quite good. Plexus, pyramid. If I am specializing, and clearly I am specializing, let's name them appropriately. Ideally, we would have nanite pyramid, we would have a few per fleet, a little redundancy so we always have all auras running at once, and then I just want to delete this. Let's take a look at the fleet manager. The pyramids would take, wow, a lot. They require a lot. Hot damn. So a fleet just consisting of one of each pyramid is too big for our naval capacity to hold right now. Our fleet capacity, I mean. That's pretty crazy. They're very, very good. So we'll have to pick and choose. For the time being, I think durability is a higher priority to me than damage output or anything else. Because if our ships don't die, we don't have to make more of them, even if the fights are long and drawn out. I think that's preferential. This asteroid recently suffered an impact from another body within the belt, resulting in a slightly changed orbit and a massive crater on the surface. We have built one new population in this entire time. No, we haven't. We're still building that first pop. And down here, we are definitely still building that first pop. Slocum is done with your mining outpost. Now get me some more science. Mika is probably the one I'll want to move on the first. Move on first, not the first here. Give me naval depots. And you... oh no, not you. You will also give me naval depots. Each naval depot will increase our naval capacity by 5. We can't build the other support facility for it. That's looking fine for now. Upon closer examination, drones have discovered that a smaller asteroid consisting of almost entirely of a precious mineral recently collided with 1F0909. A small but dense cache of metals was hidden just beneath the asteroid surface, but now it has been discovered it is accessible to mining drones. Still equivalent? Yeah, your naval capacity is all that's boosting you up to my level. We will see about that. Oh god. One thing at a time. We're picking up life signs coming from somewhere within this interior of the asteroid TD1233D. Definitely warrants a closer investigation. Absolutely. OD1N OR95. Strong energy emissions of an unknown origin make this asteroid stand out from the rest of its peers in the crowded asteroid field. Absolutely. We have 2 free science ships, so let's just queue up some survey missions. Yarborough. Fantastic. How about the same for you? Done with cortical implants. Inertia, manipulation, and Javanite are both very cheap. Parisium memory foam alloy. There are many mechanisms through which damage can be inflicted onto a vessel's hull. As duranium polyweave provides sufficient kinetic protection and explosive resistance, the primary weaknesses are to blunt impact and mechanical shockwaves. A supplementary hull material could be created from parisium. It possesses shock-resistant properties and can be easily molded into various forms. Omega gets its naval depots. Oh, interesting. Fission reactors can be built in any system. Not just, apparently not just in colonized systems. That's a fucking game changer. We should never be running low on minerals if that is the case. I'm probably going to slow my roll with regard to expanding with construction ships now, unless I can move into Vascan. The main goal was to cut them off from expanding more down here, keep them moving up there, causing tension with other powers. Exotic radiation. This particular asteroid is an extrasolar capture. It appears to have been washed by some sort of exotic radiation as it plummeted through interstellar space before finally settling in the Almond system. The original source of this radiation remains unknown to the collective, but Vessel 0364 has been able to pick up a wealth of physics data useful to the collective by studying the asteroid's energy emissions. Asteroid fauna. Whilst conducting a survey of TD-1233D, the drones of Vessel 0784 picked up several life signs coming from within the asteroid. There appears to be a colony of large, burrowing, worm-like lithivores within the rock, which has been riddled with tunnels. These unique, imperfect life forms have somehow adapted to a life in the coldness of space. We will get increased society output from that in the Aristotle system. It's a pity we haven't found more primitives. I need them. Give me the primitives. If I had to pick one of the pyramids, the plexus is the... Oh, shit. You're just gonna auto-upgrade to the nanite. Okay, so the plexus reduces their armor penetration. I don't think they have any. I'm willing to bet that the nanite projector is the best for our longevity, even though the cutting beam is really nice, so I'm going to queue up a nanite pyramid to join this fleet. Going to be quite fucking expensive, and it's gonna have to wait a minute. But we should be able to build that. We could get an even better plexus. Yeah, let's go for that. Central plexus. Borg vessels, he pauses the game, currently maintain a connection to the hive through subspace. Interlinks to regional distribution nodes. This system's simplicity has now been exceeded by the speed and bandwidth gains of using vessel-to-vessel models. Complex new communication and data processing equipment will be needed to be developed and housed in a secure setting. And for you, Ancestral Data Archive, ooh. Yeah, I like that. Let's go for that, Ancestral Data Archive. The collective wisdom of our ancestors can be stored in these immense data drives, using lessons of the past to give insights into current research issues. Down in Aristotle, so jump here, then there. Yep, you are surveying that. Absolutely. This is going to be quite expensive. Yeah, 3,000 minerals. That is very expensive. Not undoable, just wow. Yep, Slocum, you're gonna have to wait for a while. Uh, 2,000 divided by 71. How many months am I gonna have to wait for this? 28 months, just over 2 years without buying anything. It won't be tons of fun, but it's doable. It's doable, and I'd really love to field a pyramid to back up this fleet, form a better backbone, so I'm gonna wait to do that. Every day we wait, the Krenum gets stronger, but every day we wait, we get stronger too, so... There's a trade-off, but it's not much of a trade-off. Anomaly. Strong emissions of an unknown origin make this asteroid stand out from the rest of its peers. I could also just hold off on improving it and just stick with a probe fleet. I know from past experience that a probe fleet, just a fleet of probes, has been enough to take out the Krenum fairly reliably. Yeah. Just given the cost, it's very tempting. What am I waiting on? Well, you're not done building your naval depot anyway. That'll get us up to a total of 68 naval capacity. So that's 60 plus 8. Weapon target range. Asteroid F29394 is pockmarked with craters from weapon blasts and appears to have been used as a target range by an unknown species roughly 2,000 cycles ago. Residual energy readings suggest they tested increasingly exotic weaponry, including subspace bombs and some kind of singularity generator. Analysis of the unusual weapon echoes may prove useful to the collective. Let's see, you cost how much each? 23, and each probe is 6. Oh, why does that not math out evenly? That's almost 4? 6 times 4, yeah, that's almost 4. So 4 times the cost of a probe would be slightly cheaper than a pyramid. No, slightly more than a pyramid. So a nanite pyramid will fill up this fleet to naval capacity, or fleet capacity, rather, faster than anything else. Let's just move you down here and assign you once you get in the neighborhood. For now, I'm going to, and maybe I should have done this quite some time ago, I'm going to move all of our drones producing power here to be producing minerals instead. So that's a much higher priority to me right now, except for the one also producing Unity. So like I said, we don't produce a lot of Unity. Now we're up to 91 a month. That's much, much better. You need the food you're producing, don't you? Yes, you absolutely do. This would take 30 months to pay off. This would take 45 months to pay off. Alien specimen procurement. Yeah, okay, this is default text. Yeah, they will add to our perfection, whatever. Ooh, these are all, well, almost all accessible. Hey, you. Go do that. Now I'm even more interested in taking a fight to the Krenim so we can gain access to their precious, precious Tarblacks, Tassergoids, Orinthi, Sneerin, Goluntha, Udlorin, and Zilkor. Whichever two it is that they have. Better plexes, not really that exciting, but potentially important. Orbital Transport Center is a garbage building for garbage people, but it's cheaper than anything else we're using. Our researching storage capacity might be nice. What is our storage capacity? 5K? That's totally fine. Let's go for pulse wave torpedoes. I'm joking, gouge mining. I want to boost my mineral output after building this new pyramid. That is the only way I'm going to easily accomplish that. Well, not the only way. There's also like all these ways and this way. There are many ways, but there's only one way that immediately appeals to me. So our fleet strength is already equivalent. Fleet power is only equivalent now. Our capacity is still inferior. Our tech level is equivalent, but I'm fairly confident that this fleet should be able to fuck up the Krenim. No worries. If we have to build more armies, that's not a big deal. Our number one priority is going to be taking out their fleets, proving to me that we can, and then wiping them out. All of them. For that sweet, sweet unity and science output. Not even the population. I'm not even doing it for the population. Pop's nice, but the bonuses unrelated to the pops, way better. Because we're all out of stored research at this point. Lord forbid that be a thing. Right, you are done surveying here. Let's have you survey this. You survey this. You are... okay. Gonna survey that next. How expensive is this fucking thing? 2,800, right? 2,900. Okay, almost 3,000. God damn. For 3,000, Now for 5,000 we can make a new unit complex. It's crazy. Crazy expensive. But okay. Orbital Transport Center, Central Fabrication Chamber is nice. It produces minerals. But I hate this building. And if I can avoid researching this building, then I'll be happy. Hold on. Stellaris, Star Trek, New Horizons, Tech Tree. Okay, bipedalshark.gitlab.io/stellaris-tech-tree/new_horizons. I think, if it loads, is a tech tree for New Horizons. If it fucking loads. Just gonna go ahead, Trek New Horizons tech tree. Because I was wrong about this being a thing before. Bipedal Shark, I think, is where it's at. Yeah, this is just being real slow to load. Oh, fuck! The Stellaris wiki also has a Stellaris, or Star Trek New Horizons /tech tree subpage. So I can see here, oh my god, this is so much prettier. Jesus Christ, this is a busy image. This is a busy, very high resolution image. Yeah, fuck it. Okay, let's give me display capture. Yeah, alright. Dope. Display capture is now on top. Let's that's not what I want. Why don't I just download the fucking images and show you, because it'll load faster that way. Desktop, physics, back out. And I'm assuming the ones on the wiki are more up to date than the one on the GitHub, but it may or may not be. The entire point of me checking this, and I know we're probably running up on being at an hour. We got 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Now, zoom in, save image as. Dope. And then society tech tree. Alright, beautiful. Give me image 2. Yeah, good enough. Image file. Let's grab this from my desktop. What I want is physics tree, social tree. Nah, we looking at engineering. Oh yes, okay. Beautiful. Look at how oppressively big this is. So we are talking about starbase construction, patrol, frigate, what is this? Central fabrication chamber. Central fabrication chamber. We'll get there eventually. Propulsion. Wait, this is physics. Of course it's not going to be on this one. Filters. No, not filters. Properties. Like, huh, this looks a lot like engineering. Well, Alex, that's because you pulled up engineering on purpose. Physics. Boom, now it's blue. Perfect. I'm looking at this because I want to see if plasma cannon, cutting beam, and these are all weapons. Weapons. Energy dispenser, deflector fields, transport Borg only, warp engines. Oh my god, where is it? APUs, field modulator. What is the specialization on this? Computing. Where are you? Optical computers. Mass scale fabrication. Mass scale fabrication leads into propane. This mass scale fabrication does lead into other techs, unfortunately. Leads into protein resequencer, 5% Empire food, which then leads into nutrient replicators and industrial replicators. So if you're okay on losing out on fucking protein resequencers, nutrient replicators, and industrial replicators, you do not need to ever research mass scale fabrication. So, goodbye. Oh, I said goodbye and then I clicked on a different tech because turns out I don't need that now or ever. Generally in later campaigns I'll probably just pick the cheaper tech because I like an even technology distribution, but in this case, fuck it. Anywho, it's been about an hour. I'm gonna keep streaming for 3 more. So if you're watching on YouTube, let me know if you want the series to keep going, what you think. It's yada yada. Make sure to comment, share, like, subscribe. You know the deal. You know the deal if you're on part 2 of this. Presumably you watch part 1. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye, YouTube.